Welcome back. You're watching Citizen Extra. Mombasa County Governor Hassan Joho has just unveiled his running mate as he seeks to defend his seat as the county boss. This after he fell out with his deputy Hazel Katana, who defected to the Jubilee Party. Katana is now vying for the Mombasa County senatorial seat, and the county's current Senator Hassan Omar, who seeks to unseat Joho in August, already named Linda Muriwa as his running mate earlier this week.
Ya 2022 kule mbele, yeye ashikilie kazi za county hapa mashinani. Na wale na nasikia wako huku belongs to the county. We will tell you as it is. Tutawaambia. Na sasa safari hii ilikuwa mimi nimesafiri because kwa mnani time governor asafiri, muje mtuchezee. Niko na naibu pia atawaambia hivyo. And the process, because it is political, it will begin today. Sivyo? So nataka nichukue fursa hii nimkaribishe kakangu Daktari William Kazungu Kingi aje aseme nasi. Karibu daktari.
Ali Joe, ministers of the county government of Mombasa, fellow colleagues giving us this day, I'm humbled to stand here today in front of you. Mimi ni mwalimu, and I'm very comfortable in a classroom, but this is huge. I want to thank my brother and my friend, Governor Ali Hassan Joho, for giving me a lot of trust and confidence, and giving me the opportunity to be able to serve the people of Mombasa as the deputy governor after the general elections. Hii tushachukua tayari. Governor Ali Hassan Joho is a courageous leader. He is also visionary. He is committed to seeing that the people of Mombasa develop, and not only Mombasa but the entire region. For many years, the economic development of the region has been pegged on political patronage. State resources have been used to reward individuals and regions because of political support. As a region, we have suffered immensely from these silent policies. Look at the infrastructure. Mashule, barabara. Leo hii kutoka Changamwe mpaka Miritini yaweza kuchukua masaa 4. And we are supposed to be the hub or the gateway to this region and beyond. Look at the land issues. Political driven cosmetic solutions to the land issue will never work. Lazima tuwe na mikakati ya kuweza kupatia title deeds kwa watu wetu so that they live decent lives. Kuja hapa kutoa title 2-3, it will not solve the solution of land in this problem, which is making Mombasa people quite miserable. In 2010, the people of Kenya said no to this mediocrity. And today, we can see the ray of hope for the marginalized regions like ours. In 4.5 years, the devolved sectors of government have seen much progress. Shule zetu za chekechea. Now we go to every part of Mombasa, all wards of Mombasa. You see, we have built good infrastructure for shule za chekechea. give milk to our students, which basically translates to nutrition and basically giving them a good foundation growing up. Our roads, mitaa yetu, barabara zimeundwa za siku hizi, kabro na lami, making movements of people from one area to another very easy, and also contributing towards the security of the estates.
Well, that was Dr. William Kazungu Kingi, a senior lecturer at the Technical University of Mombasa. Joho has just settled on him as his running mate for Mombasa governor, settling on him owing to his vast experience in administrative issues. That just happened a few moments ago in Mombasa County. The Senate Public Accounts and Investments Committee is today meeting IEBC and EACC officials in its push to have Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya barred from vying for governorship for snubbing Senate summons over audit queries. We'll be joining Sam Gituku live from Parliament buildings shortly, where those proceedings will begin. This is what happened yesterday when the Director of Public Prosecutions and other government institutions, including the Auditor General's office, appeared before the Senate committee.
The IEBC should not and shall not accept nomination papers for the candidate for the governor of Kakamega in the name of Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya in the absence of clearance from all the institutions of government, including the Senate, on the accountability and the whereabouts of public funds entrusted to him for the years from 2013 to 2017.
There's no doubt. We are going to say, one, Governor Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya is not fit to hold public office. We will not be the first to say this in the last few weeks.
I think we need just straight shooting answers. We don't need to go around. Let us hear. Does IEBC think what Governor Oparanya has done warrants disqualification?
Right, that Senate committee will be meeting EACC and IEBC officials. We gather that the chair of the CEO of IEBC, Dr. Chiloba, will be appearing. Plus also the Attorney General. They also wanted the Attorney General to appear before them this morning. That should be happening in the next few minutes or so. We'll be joining Sam Gituku live immediately. They begin the proceedings. In studio now I have political analyst Vincent Kimosop and Gabriel Muduma still with us. Tanson Omari, a lawyer and also political analyst, also with us. Thank you, gentlemen, for making time for us. Very interesting, the happenings at the Senate yesterday. I'm sure you followed that. What we're going to witness today. I'll start with you, Danson. What do you make of what happened?
It is a circus. When you see the composition of the the Senate committee that is dealing with that, you see Halwale there, Daktari. He is contesting against Oparanya. Have they ever gone to a basic law school that conflict of interest could have made Halwale step aside so that credibility of that select committee is there? That's the question that really, Hussein, challenges my mind. Number two, that committee, is there a mandate for the Senate under the Constitution to do what they want to do? That role of oversight is the role of the county assemblies.
They are also doing oversight. The Senate also does oversight.
Is it provided?
What should happen, Hussein, is that there are national funds that go, or national functions that are performed within the counties. In my view, the Senate would be okay if they actually are checking what the national government is doing in counties and the funds that on the functions maybe that are shared, so that they protect and defend and promote devolution. So in my view, I agree with I know I spoke before. I am permitted.
No, that's fine. That's okay. We're having a discussion.
Just to declare, what Omar is saying is that what, in my view, the Senate committee or Public Accounts Committee Committee should be doing is empowering the county assemblies to be able to do and perform what they're actually doing. So you remember they've been squeezed into this space because of the competition that they've had with the National Assembly, and I think at times the problem of relevance. I know they're trying to foster accountability, which is part of our national values, but let everything be done systematically. For example, Oparanya has raised the issue of Senator Halwale, who is interested in running for the seat of governor in Kakamega County. We also had Professor Anyang' Nyong'o at the same time when Ranguma came in. So accountability. We should promote accountability and do it. The process and the product is very important. And in my view, we should promote accountability, but also that should leave us to have the boldness and the courage to say, Senate, this is where you've gone wrong on this issue, and this is how we would have done it better.
Mazuma, Hussein, just like what we were speaking earlier, it brings about the very same thing I told you about the knowledge that demands responsibility. I'm glad my good friend Omari has put it straight. And you know, like many people, I think I respect him because he has a very extended legal advantage than most of us. And what he's trying to bring out here is something that many people are going to start saving it right from the statement that he just made. For somebody like Boni Khalwale to be seated in the committee where he knows fully well, knowledge again that demands a responsibility, he should have actually excluded himself from that sitting, because I can tell you here and now, and I believe Omari will say the same thing, should they happen to find a verdict that is not in favor of Oparanya, which I know they will, as you can start hearing what they are saying, Oparanya will go to court. And never, don't forget, Oparanya has been getting reprieve from the courts, starting from, I think, if I'm not wrong, 2014, for him not to actually go to those summon hearings. And he's actually been granted since 2014. Right. So he will go back to court, I guarantee you. And that's the first thing that will be thrown out. I think that case will be thrown out like a bat from hell.
This didn't happen out of the blues. I mean, all the other governors except Oparanya have appeared before this committee.
True.
And I mean, there have been concerns, as you said, Wamatangi and Kabogo, when there was a problem in that same committee. You're also talking about conflict of interest about Halwale and Oparanya. Very well, that has been those have been concerns raised by governors. But are we to also say that there are facts here that should be overlooked just because a senator may want to vie in a certain county, just because a senator may not be agreeing or seeing eye to eye with a certain governor? There are facts like misappropriation and irregular division of county funds, lack of documentation to support expenditure. This is in Kakamega County. Contraventions of the Public Procurement and Disposal Act. No proper records of debtors and evidence of efforts to recover about 10.2 million shillings lost. Yet, a 3-judge bench in 2015, composed of Isaac Lenawala, Mombigugi and George Odunga, said governors as chief executive officers of the devolved units can be summoned by the Senate when it's probing the use of funds allocated to their respective counties. Council.
Well, that is the true position of the law. The committee should summon Oparanya. When a committee sits, that committee exercises what is called a quasi-judicial power. It just sits like the High Court.
Yes.
The summons of the committee are like summons of the High Court. Failure to comply with those summons, what does the law say? You are cited for contempt. It is not going to the IBC to tell the IBC, don't accept this person to be a candidate.
Right.
They should be moving to the High Court to cite Oparanya for contempt. And that is what I'm saying. It is hot air what they are trying to tell citizens, that we will stop Oparanya from being a candidate. They should follow the law. They should consult the lawyers, that they should be going for contempt of their proceedings. Number two, let us be very honest. Are these people doing an oversight, or are these people politicizing the whole issue?
Are they?
Is Wanjiko being the subject of discussion at those committees, or is political?
What makes you think, what makes you say, I mean, those concerns have been raised, fair enough, and whether this is just political, with so many senators that, as we've seen, want to be governors as well. But what makes you say that?
What
evidence do you have to say and to say it as a matter of fact that this is just politics?
What makes me, Hussein, think that way is so simple. I've said the legal processes. Once summons have been issued, failure to comply with summons, somebody is cited in the High Court, warrants of arrest are issued, the sergeant at arms at Parliament gets them, arrests that person, he's brought before a court of law, he's sentenced. It is clear out. Are they ready to take that? They did. No. That is what I'm saying. It's purely politics.
Yeah, they did, but Oparanya went to court again.
If the court has given Oparanya reprieve, they must go to challenge that.
Exactly.
You cannot challenge a court order by using some of the unorthodox methods they are using. Any court order can only be varied by another court, either competent. You appeal against that court order, or you go to the same court and ask for review.
Okay, I think the same thing we were talking about some moments ago before you came in. Muduma was here about how rigid the law gets sometimes. But what recourse do you think they have when a governor has failed to account for audit queries and of the financial year, and talk even about the budget and how it has been spent for the year 2013-2014, 2014-2015, 2015-2016. All the other governors have done it. He has consistently snubbed those summons. Are you saying he's also innocent here?
There is no question. The only person
I mean, isn't he wrong? What I'm saying isn't he wrong by doing that?
Everybody is presumed to be innocent until convicted, but after evidence has been produced in court. Oparanya has gone to a court of law created by the constitution of this country, and he has put his case, and the court has agreed he should not appear there. What Parliament and the Senate should do is to appear before that court and convince that court that it is not in the public interest for Oparanya not to come here. But they have failed, or they have neglected, or they have technically decided not to go to court to raise that issue.
Okay.
This is not a banana country. Everybody must follow the law. Let them go to court.
Right. Kimoso.
Yes.
Is Oparanya right to snub the Senate for all these years?
I think no, because remember the Constitution says very clearly that committees of Parliament, when they sit, have a jurisdiction like that of the High Court. So I think it's even when you look at the Chapter 6 of the Constitution, that leaders ought to act in a way that brings honor and dignity to the office of the governor. So you can actually see clearly that Oparanya, there is nothing wrong in appearing. What we are challenging is that when we have overlap in functions. For example, in my view, the investigative or the Public Accounts Committee, what they are seeking to do should actually be done by the County Assembly. So accountability, even if it is pursued and done very well, what happens? These questions that we are having, was the money taken? You see, we are now no longer focusing on the audit questions, the use of public money, which actually, in my view, ought to be the question: how much money was lost? And also, I believe that if there are already audit questions, nothing, for example, stops the other constitutional bodies, the EFCC, the DPP, from even investigating to inform some of these issues. So,
because they were giving, this committee was ultimately giving a report to these institutions.
But I'm saying, if already there are audit questions that have been raised, remember, the other organs, nothing stops, for example, the police, the criminal investigation, from investigating those things so that people can be prosecuted and be held into account.
Okay.
So, in my view, I think it should appear, but also we should have the courage to point out when some of the processes are actually not respected, including what the Senate committee is doing.
Finally, Muduma, should he have appeared? And does it look bad on him not to appear?
I think you put, again, you bring out the two aspects of it, the morality and the legal aspect of it. Legally, he went to court and he was given reprieve. Morally, probably, if we are taking that avenue, then people will say, you know what, if you have nothing to hide, now there is the moral aspect, you should have appeared. But now you see, like Danson is saying, he went to a court of law and he was given reprieve. So Senate should have again gone to that court and given proof enough why this particular governor should appear. Okay, and I think this is where we are getting wrong, and for people to call it a circus is because from where they are starting, they actually know where it will end. It will end in a court of law.
Right.
It is the very same thing, Hussein, as I finish, the same thing that PAC is doing to the other governor in Kirinyaga. They've been asked, go this route where they know this whole issue where it will end, because they have produced no new evidence. It's just sending her back to go to DCI, go to DPP, go to EACC. Again, it's a circus.
But that case is actually still going on at the High Court. It hasn't been decided.
Yeah.
Right. Lawyer Dunstan Amari, also a political analyst, Vincent Kim, also a political analyst, and Gabriel Muduma, political analyst. Thank you so much all for making time for us this morning. Citizen Extra, of course, continues, but we'll leave you now with pictures from the Senate committee. What exactly we've been talking about. The proceedings have just begun. After this, our Swahili team will be taking over on Citizen Extra. Thank you for watching. I'm Hussein Mohammed.
But you can spread the things so wide that in the end you have no concrete way of making a decision. I think at this point in time you should have a template that this is the way in which we are going to operationalize Article 180, Article 193, 2G, the Leadership Code, the Integrity Act. We take all these together, and once we have seen them together, then are the basis on which we shall make a decision. We in the Senate say that as far as we are concerned of this committee and our report to the Senate, once the Senate adopts our report, our responsibility to the law ends there. We now expect other agencies of the state to take it seriously. The DPP is very right. The DPP says, as far as I'm concerned, I'm waiting for the 21st. Once that decision is made, I know what to do. That's a landmark. Where is your landmark at the elections and but what then the grounds on which you will make this decision of appearing before you